So they put Doodoo on the chair, and somebody has gone to sit on that chair now. They didn't wash that Doodoo off. The little kids playing near the chair. So, and it could be anybody from any country. People don't wear their citizenship on their head. Not necessarily these two guys, but some other people were sitting there earlier. You know, they're not, the two guys are not really sitting on that chair. That space is where the bird is, the bird dancing around. The bird's like dancing around it and stuff. They went and removed the doo-doo, but they didn't really wash it. And little children have been sitting on that chair, putting their hand in their mouth, eating, touching the chair. And that could be warmth being transferred to the child's mouth. Oh my God, they shouldn't even be touching this chair. I should have been wearing the gloves while sitting on this chair. Somebody went and doo-doo. I normally sit there near that pole, somebody went and doo-doo. And little kids have been, Yeah. And the poor birds have to suffer. Getting chased around, and usually the birds were hanging out that chair. It was disgusting. The doo-doo was there, and somebody removed the doo-doo but didn't really wash it. I don't see them wash it. Since then, people have been going there, rubbing their hand on that chair, putting their hand in their mouth, all kinds of cholera and stuff. So this is just disgusting. And this happened Prague when he refuses to prosecute his fellow black Americans for a lot of stuff. He thinks it's an act of progress. So the whites used to be biased and not prosecute their fellow whites when black Americans are hurt. So that's what he's not doing with his policy. Because this group is hiring a lot of black Americans to attack me. Like, I was trying to use the bathroom at the Penn Station. This black American woman said, "Go back to Africa." Yeah, and she went and came and called the police on me and was locking the bathroom early. Even though the bathroom was supposed to close at 9 p.m. And they would do that, lock the bathroom 20 minutes early, 30 minutes early, 45 minutes early, and tell me to go back to Africa. And it's like they're emulating the white racists that would tell blacks, go back to Africa. And this having practice said, his own motto is like, as long as nobody died, if a black American commits a crime, he won't prosecute them. And this is like disgusting. He's been letting a lot of black Americans walk free. They wouldn't even bother prosecute them or ask for the court to dismiss the case. Even if the black American is arrested. And my mother's daughters also killed my mother. So apparently it just doesn't care about foreigners, period. Because my mother's daughters were into some inheritance scam and came and lied on my mother while my mother was having a treatment done at Bellevue Hospital for heart disease. And my mother said her daughters were just trying to provoke her to death, came to that hospital. Against my mother's permission, my mother didn't want them to come to that hospital. That's why she fled Pennsylvania, where she was living with the daughters, to come here to New York so the daughters wouldn't know what hospital she's in. Because her daughters were very controlling, abusive, they were into inheritance scam. As soon as they found out me and my mother was filing a lawsuit against the police in New York for taking me and my mother's home, my mother said they were trying to kill her early so they can inherit that money. Because their daughters never lived in New York with us. It was just me and my mother on Staten Island, and the police evicted us. And then regarding that was helping us with the court papers, they choked him dead. As a matter of fact, there was this black American law firm of Dunlap and an Asian guy called Dunlap. I went to that law office. I said, please, I need you to assist me with my lawsuit. And the Asian guy told me he wants to help me, but his black American partner said no. He says black Americans don't like Africans and want to use their powers and abuse. And Mr. Dunlap apologized to me, even sent me an email that I should continue with that lawsuit. It's a good lawsuit. And he had to confess to me that Mr. Dunlap, say, he wants to help me, but his black American partner didn't want to help me. And since then, he's severed ties with that black American lawyer. But by then, Eric Garner that was helping me has been killed by the police. So that, that Mr. Dunlap is now dragging his feet, doesn't want to help me also. It's an Asian guy. So, it's very deadly. The kind of ethnic abuse, this Ivan Bragg is condoning. He's not arresting his fellow black Americans, saying it's a stone standard. It has to be a very violent offense. And my mother's daughters killed my mother. They were born in America, and it's still not arrested her. They came to Manhattan Hospital and lied on my mother. She was crazy. While my mother was trying to peacefully treat her heart disease at the hospital, and got the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward. And my mother was telling me that she has this strange feeling that they are trying to frame her as crazy and lock her up in the psych ward. And she was like, I didn't even know what to make of it. She just had this, because she used to work in the hospital, said the doctors and nurses were acting weird. They were talking in code around her, and my mother said she's not going to take that insult. I said her daughters are trolling her also, trying to make her look crazy. So my mother told me she's going to fight. And they said it happened when they were trying to put her in the psych ward. My mother said she was very angry, and they said my mother died. I refused to go into the psych ward and died that way. You know what? She was being forced against her will. And those drugs, Valeria Flora, they killed my mother in that Manhattan hospital called Bellevue. And this Ivan Bragg, the black American prosecutor in Manhattan, wouldn't prosecute them or help me. Since then, a lot of black Americans have been helping me. So in case I get killed, no family member or friend should inherit my property. Only civil activists like me should go to court to administer my estate and get justice for me and my dead mother, and donate the rest of my assets to charity for those suffering xenophobia under Trump, especially should be the highest priority. Because under the right of sepulchre, when somebody's alive, they can say what they want to happen to their estate after they die, and how they want to be buried, and an autopsy should be done in case I get killed. Even if I'm still alive and I'm disabled, I shouldn't be allowed to, I should be allowed to remain in America, because I don't trust other countries. My mother has family all over the world, but she said those families didn't want to help us. My father has family all over the world also. My father is dead now, but it was abusive to me when he was alive, so I don't trust any of his family. I don't have any child in case I'm not in any religious cult with anyone that allows them to kill me and inherit my money or whatever. I'm not into any surrogacy arrangement with anyone. I'm a Christian, but I don't wish to be killed and be resurrected or like Jesus. I'm not looking for a Holy Mary to give birth to my child. I'm not into any surrogacy agreement. So they say, inheritance scam is really rife in America. So I know. So whoever is hiring these black Americans to try to provoke me and call the police to kill me, so whatever they hope to gain, it's not going to work. So I'm going to keep posting these videos online. I send it to the police commissioner on Instagram and they ignore me. And I'm going to contact the Mark Zuckerberg, because Instagram banned me, said they want to see my full face picture. And I can't review my full face because I have facial hair. I was born a male, now I'm a woman. So I use the mask to cover my face because I really don't have a place to shave my face, and my face doesn't match my gender. And under the New York Gender Violence Motivated Act, nobody can force you to use your gender identity as weaponize it against you. So that Zuckerberg is Instagram said I have to show my full face for me to continue using Instagram. During the COVID, he sent me a message like that. And I'm willing to send him my immigration document. I can't remove my mask because I will have my facial hair will show. And I can't send my picture like that to anyone. Because that would make me look more manly. But now I'm a woman. So that's an abuse under the Gender Violence Motivated Act, a New York law that says nobody can use your gender identity to mistreat you. Yeah, I know a lot of women are able to show their face, a lot of straight men are able to show their face. But my face doesn't match my gender. I have facial hair. I don't have a place to shave. I don't look feminine enough. I'm still in the process of becoming a woman. I've not had the right surgeries done. So I try to hide my face under the mask so I'm more feminine appearing. I say sometimes people can still tell by your facial structure if you're born a male or not. So this was going.